Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Shaheem Cooper. I'll be doing my informative speech on the current Black Lives Matter movement. The general purpose of me doing this is to inform others of the recent accomplishments and pushes that the Black Lives Matter movement has made recently. As a little background, the Black Lives Matter movement was created in response to the death of Trayvon Martin. As we all know, the story of his death caused a lot of uproar in the Black community and a push for change. So I want you to think about, while we're going over this, how your race is viewed in the eyes of other races, and how do you feel about it. As a little background for myself, my uncle is a police officer back in Greensboro. He has been for 12 or 13 years, I want to say. So growing up, he's always told me, other members of my family, my sisters, he's informed us of how we view how to conduct ourselves when it comes to situations such as the police, and just things like that. And I'm sure that all of us going to a HBCU, we can relate to this in some way, some shape or fashion, that this could be relatable to someone. Recently, we all know that the current push for the Black Lives Matter movement is following the death of George Floyd, when the officers weren't directly held liable for his death. They were first initially just fired. That caused a lot of push from the Black community to take a stand. So we're kind of seeing the fallout of that. A little more back on the Black Lives Matter movement. Like I said, it was made back in 2013. It's a protest group that is now first kind of started as more of an online thing, kind of a hashtag Black Lives Matter thing, but now is a project. But now is a project organization. It has more than 40 chapters statewide. Their statement is to push is we do anything in our power to intervene in the violence inflicted on Black communities by the state and or vigilantes, meaning that they're kind of here as a not okay button, that something happens in the Black community is not okay. They're going to be pushing for change, pushing for equal treatment. This movement was created and led by 3 women, Alicia, Patrice, and Opal. They still run the movement to this day. For my next point, I want to talk about the protests that are going on around the world. Protests have been reported in all 50 states, as well as across overseas and other countries, as you can see, China, Asia, India, places like that. There's marching, there's also a little bit of rioting, global attention. As you can see, this is kind of the forefront of what's going on, but even over the coronavirus, which is also a big thing going on, and that's affecting all of us, not just Black people, but all races of people. Next, you see things like murals of George Floyd going up around the world. You see the effects that it's having, not just in communities, but on other standpoints, as NASCAR has just announced that the Confederate flag is no longer will be allowed at any of their sporting events, and they said it's not a knock to the Confederate way. It's just not saying that it stands for anything bad. It's just saying that in the eyes of the Black community, it's a stop sign for us. It's a kind of a pushback for us. So they're just saying they want to show that it's open for all colors, and other things like that. You see celebrities protesting, speaking, marching, doing things like that. Statues are being brought down of past slave owners, things like that. And all these things are a direct kind of fallback of the current Black Lives Matter movement. But even though, you know, there's great pushes and great fights being fought that we fight so far, it's still a long way to go, and it's not something that can be done by one person. It's going to take all of us, and all of us coming together. And I want to thank everyone for giving me their time, and have a good day.